Hello and welcome to Story Radio, the podcast for readers, writers and lovers of short stories. Today we're going to be listening to Chicken That Shares Our Values, written and read by Daniel Jeffries and featuring some of his original music.
Sunday evening, oh, I died and went to bed. I woke up on Monday with an insect in my head. I knew something was wrong when I spent ages staring at poultry in Waitrose. I kept rereading the advert, a chicken that shares our values, and thinking, does that chicken really believe in a free market, democracy, in being organically grown and then butchered? Butchered, what's more, without the benefit of private health insurance. No one else was bothered. The guy behind the meat counter went on wrapping steaks. A woman with dyed orange hair glided past with that overwhelming whiff of entitlement. A chicken that shares our values was clearly unremarkable, but I was gripped. When I woke up on the Avondale ward a fortnight later, I thought that the symbols might have come to an end. They shook their quicksilver chains and I followed. They drove me up scaffolding at night to puzzle over obscure blue plaques. I didn't dare miss a single bulletin from any one of these dead artists. In all the confusion they might offer a clue. Whether I should become a collector, a watercolourist, a diarist, or failing all that, just the lover of the arts, like the plaque outside the old Kensington Spa, with its list of artistic types in order of decreasing importance. I'd always played it safe. I read the ingredients on jars of pickle, was careful with my E-numbers. I checked the side effects on bottles of medication. The sleeping tablets that gave you wonderfully gory nightmares, my secret reason for taking Zopiclone. I stopped at roadsides waiting for the green man, walked further than I needed to, or turned right if a filter light blinked on, thinking the symbols in themselves might carry me to other places, even to the thing itself. But then I worried about the fragility of road signs. One stormy night I watched the street signs buckle with light in the wind. Here was our tiny demarcated area of life and sex and social housing, and above was the swirling sky and thick black cloud. We might have been settlers, lunar colonists, trying to regulate the irregularities of our time-wasting lives. The wind could destroy our chimneys and satellite dishes and our tiny temporary settlement. The invisible boundaries that held the signs in place were inherently unstable. It was enforced by convention and goodwill. I tested people's patience. I bought a joke bread roll that squeaked like a seagull and played with it for over 2 hours on the circle line, crying with laughter. Driving back from Suffolk, I saw a huge juggernaut carrying sheep. It had crashed and was sprawling through the central reservation, the buckled metal harnessing the monster, the head half hanging in our world of oncoming traffic with lights ablaze. Sheep were huddled along the metal rail, shapeless sacks used to shore up houses against floods, and weeks later I read the driver had reached into his glove compartment to unwrap a cough sweet. Exhausted, I painted a zebra crossing on my bedroom floor. It had more protective power than a pentagram, and then lay on it to sleep. When I shut my eyes I heard engines revving, spoiler exhausts, accelerating mopeds. I believed I was marooned on a traffic island somewhere off the A40. My sister was bending over me. Why, Daniel, you promised me last time. You were going to stop all this. Just the virus, I said. I didn't like the concern in her startled eyes, or the keychain dangling from her bag, a studded Sputnik for interstellar communication, or a mace from a medieval tourney, or something like something else. I had to stop. The nurse was looking over, the one who called me Geoffrey, and told me that I would never die. I had horrible thoughts about all the red, resurrected dead climbing through the earth with sinews popping. What was spoken became an image behind my eyes, swelling and tilting, until there was no blackness, just things sliding past on a conveyor belt. Look, it's up to you. If you want to get out, play their game. Stop talking such crazy stuff. And then she noticed the swelling under my eye. How did that happen? I touched a woman doctor's nose, I said. Then a man came out of the wall. She was getting angry, but I was already slipping under the ocean and the therapeutic sea, flapping past sharks and big business tycoons and pills, great effervescing pills sinking into the depths with their trail of silver bubbles. I wanted to get well, but I doubted there was anything within, nothing to renew all the black, exhausted earth and the fear in my legs and stomach. When Dr. Bozovich talked of renewal, I kept thinking of a crocus in a woodland glade, and how long it would take for me to throw up one solitary shoot. Step into the light, I kept repeating, chewing my bloodied lips. Just the right sunbeam and a shot of vitamin D, and my brain chemistry would fizz with bearable excitement. Step into the light, I said, and then it was lights out all over again.
That was Chicken That Shares Our Values, written and read by Daniel Jeffries. Thanks for listening, and if you're enjoying the podcast, please remember to leave us a review on Apple Podcasts.